I braved a night inside the Earl Scream house. Here's what happened, Blane Bachelor. In fact, the movie itself was so on point and downright bone-chilling that I haven't seen it since it came out. Sometimes you don't want to mess with perfection, MMK. Yet, more than 20 years after its release, here I am once again internally screaming while watching Ghostface carve up his victims, only this time, I'm surrounded by about 150 fans perched on hay bales in front of a giant screen just outside the very house where the equally freaky ending scene, a high school party that took a deadly turn, was filmed. This screening is the culmination of Scream Comes Home, a wickedly fun two-day event featuring a bus tour to 7 Northern California filming spots around the fictional town of Woodsboro, photo ops with Ghostface, and Q&As with members of the crew. The main attraction, the sprawling house in the country, where the action-packed final third of the movie was filmed, which event organizers have rented for a whopping $22,000. A Kickstarter campaign for ticket packages, which start at $50 for the screening, raised more than $60,000. The house looks just like it does in the movie, minus the white picket fence and the blood, and is located on a 300-acre event space that's popular for weddings. Which, lol. This weekend, though, it's Scream Central, with superfans flocking here for the rare chance to run for their lives, in the footsteps of a star-studded cast including Neve Campbell, aka traumatized heroine Sidney Prescott, Riverdale star Skeet Ulrich, Sidney's boyfriend, Billy Loomis, Rose McGowan, Sidney's bestie, Tatum, and Michael Hillard, Billy's obnoxious friend Stu Macher, whose house is the setting for the final party scene. Some die-hard fans are even staying the night on the property, with tickets costing as much as $1,750 for a VIP experience. I'm driving up solo from my home in San Francisco, about 60 miles south. The landscape is sublime, rolling farmlands, rows of vineyards, signs for fresh eggs and pumpkin patches at the intersections of winding, two-lane roads. But as the sun begins to descend and the fog starts to roll in, the bucolic setting starts to feel more sinister. Just a few miles north is Bodega Bay, the setting for one of the most classic horror movies of all time, Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. Not far south is San Quentin, a federal prison that houses some of the country's most violent criminals. Charles Manson was an inmate. And this entire area was the stomping grounds of the Zodiac Killer, one of history's most infamous serial killers, whose identity has never been discovered. In short, I'm creeped TF out, and I haven't even pulled into the driveway. Things get even creepier as I slowed down prior to a turn and see two men near an industrial building who appear to be furiously sharpening knives on a giant stone. Then, at the stop sign, I noticed the 666 on the license plate of the car in front of me. Minutes later, my gas gauge catches my eye. It's well under a quarter full. It will be pitch black when I leave the event, with the nearest station at least 20 miles away. Great. I'm already envisioning my demise, the idiotic victim in another scary storyline in this neck of the woods. Finally I arrive, the address marked by a sign with the cow's gentle face on it. The Earl property owners are super rich dairy farmers who, rumor has it, supply cheese to Chipotle. On the way up the winding road to the main house, a far less friendly face comes into view, that of the infamous Ghostface killer, chasing a fellow fan wearing a blonde bob wig and blood-stained shirt, channeling Barrymore's doomed character. Okay, this is going to be fun. Nobody seems to mind that no big-name original stars are in attendance. David Arquette, who played the lovable, goofy cop, Dewey, canceled 2 weeks earlier because of scheduling conflicts, event organizer Nate Reagan later told me. Instead, everyone is having a blast drinking beers, snapping selfies throughout the house, and swapping stories about their shared Scream obsession. There are swag bags with Scream cups, movie posters, and even a bottle of 2016 Sonoma Cabernet Sauvignon with its very own Scream Comes Home label, a nod to the cast and crew gift from the wrap party. In the living room, a crowd sprawls out on the couches, engrossed in the original Halloween playing on a VCR, just like in the movie.